The traveler in Central Europe who crosses the Alps from Switzerland towards the south over the Simplon Pass arrives in Domodossola, Italy. There the Anzasca Valley branches to the right. The river Anza flows through a wild canyon at the entrance to the valley near Piedimulera. The water sourced from the glaciers is colored turquoise. 30 kilometers further up in the valley basin lies Macugnaga at the foot of the Dufour Peak. It rises up more than 4,600 meters to the Monte Rosa Massif. The so-called Monte Rosa Gold District is the most important gold occurrence in the Western Alps. The Anzasca Valley is the center. The gold of the Monte Rosa was our goal during 1 week of holiday. Our domicile is Ceppo Morelli. Already the nameplates promise golden stories. Even the hotel bears a golden name. The view on Monte Rosa is spectacular and the weather as well. A promising week may start. The area around Pestarena was the midpoint of gold mining in the Anzasca Valley. Here we come across Ribasso Morghene. Ribasso Morghene is the main haulage level that links the mines of Pestarena and Lavancetto. This is the achievement of René Bruck, a Swiss mining engineer in the 30s and 40s of the past century. Gold mining became very productive. In the peak year of 1942, an amount of 400 kilograms of gold was mined by 868 miners. Thus, a total of 6 tons of gold was mined between 1937 and 1961. The ore was gathered to the central location of Campioli. Here the gold was extracted. Today there are still polluted remains because flotation and cyanide treatment was introduced. Later these remains were set in a concrete sarcophagus. The state-owned gold mining company AMMI closed the doors in 1961. Since then, no gold has been mined in Pestarena. The memories of the Golden Age has been kept by the Figli della Miniera, the sons of the mines. René Bruck estimated that another 6 tons of gold remain in the mountains. Today's estimations of gold reserves go only up to 2 tons. We want to find the gold in the creeks and not in the mountains. A first trial in the Anza River near Ceppo Morelli did not yield much. Thus I want to find access to the Anza River in the lower valley. Starting in Castiglione, more precise the picturesque village of Colombetti, I hike down to the river Anza, fully loaded with my gold prospecting gear. I hike on an old mule track in a wonderful valley with an old arch bridge. But what I thought became reality. Upstream, a deep gorge. Downstream, a wild canyon, so deep down that I see no chance to dip a gold mine in the water anywhere. The access to the river is impossible. Despite all this, that trip yielded a surprising return. It is an amazing chestnut year, and I was able to collect quite a lot of chestnuts. Mankind always had a tendency to sensations. Madonna della Curva is a church built around a big boulder on the bench of the river Anza. We are a couple of kilometers upstream of Colombetti, but the river is still wild. There is an astounding amount of bedrock. Patiently searching, we managed to find an access to the river flow. The first gold flakes glitter in the pan. The Seniara Creek tumbles over cascades into the river Anza, downstream of Madonna della Curva. We will explore the Seniara Valley tomorrow. But first, we let the day end drinking Genepi and Liscam. Thus, the gold finds of the Anzasca Valley double and triple in our imagination.
Questa zona?
Sì, sì.
Non ce l'ha.
Genepi.
Wir haben den.
Lisca.
Er wird es gerne schnell fertig machen. Kommst du da wieder rauf?
Ja, das schau jetzt. Gell.
Buon
Das ist
finito.
fein, das ist schön.
Domani arriva.
Gesund.
There were old gold mines during the 19th century in the Val Seniara, which is a tributary of the Anzasca Valley. Once again, downstream, the creek is inaccessible. Upstream, there is a nice-looking but wild watercourse. The access is possible through chestnut forest and passing by deer. In the old gold mines of the Val Seniara, gold occurred not only invisible in pyrite ore, as this is usual in the Anzasca Valley, but also in small amount as free gold. This is the reason why the Val Seniara is our goal for another day of gold panning. Soon a 2 mm flake shines up in the gold pan. Gold fever rises.
Ja, da ging der Goldrausch schon los, hä?
Ja, dann
ja.
müssen wir nochmal gleich weitermachen.
Mit dem 5 mm kannst du auch nicht schmecken.
Ja, ist besser, da gäbe es noch einen langen Tag. Hä? Vielleicht bequemer, wir finden keine.
Den Bedrock abspülen
Ja.
und dann die grossen Nuggets raussuchen. Struktur studieren. Also es ist eigentlich perfekt, oder? Es hat da wirklich einen schönen, so ein Dreieck dort unten. Das ist der tiefste Punkt. Also
Wie nach Buch, hä?
genau, wie in der Literatur. Wenn wir da nichts haben, dann
Ja, dann Feierabend.
das ist Feierabend.
I leave to your imagination the amount of gold I found here. But one thing I can say, this hole really was fun. A little miracle awaits us in the evening. Even the locals are on the street with their cameras ready. There is a very special sunset. Monte Rosa glows colored rose. Let's return to gold mining. Once on a late afternoon, I hike from Borca to Crocette in the Quarazza Valley. Crocette is a città morta, a ghost town. These are the remains of a treatment plant that was active during 1936 to 1953. Also here remains polluted ground because the flotation cyanidation treatment was used to extract the gold out of the pyrite ore. In 1983, a concrete sarcophagus was built over the remaining tailings. Still today, the toxic substances out of cyanide, mercury, and naturally occurring arsenic in the ore shall give the soil a blue color. I by myself do not see any blue color, but everything is carefully blocked. It's strictly forbidden to remove soil or to collect anything from the ground. The gold mines were located up on 2,000 meters at Alpe Quarazzola and even higher on Gol Badile. A ropeway led to Crocette with a transportation capacity of 5 tons of ore per hour. The gold-bearing quartz veins penetrate the mountains like almost vertical ore pillars. That is where the gold mines were. Today I want to visit such an old gold mine. It's the Lavancetto gold mine. I climb up the mountain steeply. I encounter the first galleries behind the building ruins of Lavancetto. The view opens down into the valley to Campioli and the Ribasso Morgan. A ropeway once led down. This was before Lavancetto was linked to the Ribasso Morgan. Lavancetto produced between 40 and 80 kilograms of gold per year in the 40s of the past century. Gold mining in the Anzasca Valley was always subject to two big challenges. On the one hand, there is the varying thickness of the quartz veins, and on the other, there is the irregular gold content. Both is difficult to predict. The thickness of the quartz veins ranges from a few centimeters to more than 1 meter, and the gold content varies between 0 and rich 180 grams per ton. The rising wind reminds me to strike out for home, down through the golden-colored autumn forest. Today, gold panning is on the agenda again. That is the moment to shop at the travelling merchant on the village square of Ceppo Morelli. Heavy trousers are available for 25 euros.
Doch, für dich ist es also. Das ist zwar ein spanischer Maß. Ja, stimmt, steht ja überall. Ah ja, logisch.
No.
There is also an old gold mine with small free gold occurrence in the Valtoppa Valley near Pieve Vergonte. We want to check for gold in the creek below. But first we have to look for water. Ruins of old treatment mills are abandoned in the chestnut forests. Over 50 of these mills were in operation during the 19th century. They processed the gold ore of the Valtoppa mine on a private basis. Finally, the problem of the lacking water resolves itself. Water is being cached at the end of the gorge. Gold prospecting starts. Small flakes are the proof for another auriferous creek. We are going to visit the gold mine the following weekend during an excursion of the Swiss Gold Prospectors Association.
Ja, das macht hier Sinn.
The two knowledgeable guides, Mauro Conti and Rolf Gruber, show us how gold mining was done 100 to 150 years ago.
Für das gewisse Substanzen drinnen einfach einmal gebunden worden sind, dass weniger giftig war. Und nachher ist es dort in Mühlen ganz viel gemahlen worden.
25 kg di cibo cubo, il mercurio addirittura 13, quando il piombo è un po' spesso. Siamo? Hai visto questo? Quello che vedete in queste miniere è tutto portato fuori dall'uomo, non c'è niente di naturale. Quindi quello che manca è stato portato fuori, non c'è una grotta o qualcosa del genere, è stato tutto portato fuori.
Golf Hunting Association.
1 minute, vieni qua.